Howdy YouTube, it's Baker Center Narwhal here again after a couple of months away from YouTube. Now, I know you may have not enjoyed my videos from the past because they sucked major, what's a polite word for that, dick. Probably because I tried to be funny, which I'm about as funny as Rape, to be honest, and Rape isn't very funny. So instead of trying to be funny, I'm going to talk about something a bit serious, which you may have read from the title. It is about depression, self-harm, bullying, anxiety, and suicide. There's a pretty deep, serious words we have today on this video on YouTube. Now, I'm not sure which one I should talk about first. Maybe I should talk about just bullying, because that's the possible precursor for suicide and depression and self-harm and anxiety. This is sort of hard to talk about this. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to put it into words. I suppose for most people, the bullying that usually triggers the depression and self-harm and the anxiety would start in secondary school, or in America, middle school and high school and that sort of thing. I personally am from Australia, and we just have secondary school. That's all we have. It's pretty boring. For me personally, the bullying started in year 7th grade, for you Americans who may or may not be watching, because I made the mistake of telling them what music I liked, which at the time was just Slipknot. And some of you out there might be saying, "Oh, what's wrong with Slipknot? Slipknot's great. Why would you be bullied about listening to Slipknot?" Well, fuck. Apparently in their eyes it was emo. It was about killing yourself and cutting yourself and lighting shit on fire. But so yeah, they gave me a lot of shit about that, and that's basically, it's kind of sad actually, because you're supposed to enjoy your first year of secondary school. You're meant to enjoy, be making friends. Everyone else was making friends. I was sort of the outcast, but I should probably stop talking about myself now. Okay, bullying. The definition of bullying in my little school dictionary is the verbal or physical abuse of another person which will cause them mental or physical harm. I think that explains it quite nicely. Yeah. Most people watching this video would have experienced bullying of some description. It doesn't just happen to one person; it happens to everyone. It even happens to the people who bully the unfortunates who are bullied, if that makes the slightest amount of sense. But what these people who are verbally or physically abusing you fail to understand is that this stuff can lead to much more serious things than just temporary sadness. The majority of the time, if it's continuous, the bullying, the first mental impact it can have on a person is depression. the difference between sadness and depression, if I can, my hands, the difference between sadness and depression is sadness is just a temporary, quick, emotional fluctuation of how you feel. It's like, oh, you just feel a bit down at the moment. What depression means is it's a constant, you feel ashamed of yourself, you feel as if you're not worthy of anything, you're just constantly sad, you don't have, usually your confidence goes, your self-esteem goes, all your, you start to withdraw from your family, your friends, you would just withdraw yourself from a situation. You become the proverbial loner. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, I apologize for being slightly incoherent at the moment. It is currently 11 p.m. at night. It's had a long day, and yeah, I apologize for being slightly incoherent. But we're getting off subject. We should get back on the subject of the bad things, the evil things of life, which I know, or it's not a good thing to talk about, but it must be talked about. It must be brought to people's attention that bullying can lead to these sorts of things like depression and anxiety, and eventually depression leads to self-mutilation, which can be anything. It could be hair pulling, it could be scratching yourself, it could be pulling at your own skin, pulling your hair out, if I haven't said that already, burning yourself, bruising yourself on purpose, and probably the most, what would be appropriate, cliche, the one, let's just say the one that people instantly assume you do when they find out from your teacher or someone that you have depression and they should lay off, is cutting. Which is, I'm sure there's more. That's just all I could think of at the moment, for the time being. It's hard to think at the moment. So quite obviously, the next thing I'm getting at is the fact that self-harm leads to taking your own life, which it might make the bullying stop, might make your pain stop, but just remember your family and the people who love you and care about you. Now, I know I might be sounding a bit critical to some people, not critical, hypocritical to some people watching this who are my friends, because they know that a couple of, I can't remember, through this year, 2012, I've tried to, I was pretty close to taking my own life 2 times, because I didn't think it was worth going on anymore in this world. I once met this girl over blog site named Tumblr. Most of you would have heard of it, because who hasn't heard of Tumblr? And she said that she was going to end her life pretty shortly because all her friends had abandoned her. Her boyfriend had used her because, well, this is a quote, she said that she was stupid enough to trust him and to let him into her crotchal region, and she was pretty ashamed of that, especially after he was just like, I used you because I was horny, and I'm a horny bastard. So she started turning to she was already hurting herself, but she started turning to hurting herself more and deeper, and um she was ready to hurt herself. So I messaged her over Tumblr, and I was like, hey, don't kill yourself. I'm sure your family still loves you, and it won't give much hope to people when they hear that you've killed yourself over the news. It won't give people much hope when they hear it. And I said, I'm sure you would want to be the bringer of hope, to show people that you can bounce back from these sort of things. And she was like, hey, I think life is worth living. Just, I'll give it one more shot. So this lasted about half a year. She was 14 when I messaged her over Tumblr, and I was like, hey. And yeah. But then one day she just stopped replying to my texts or my Facebook messages, and I was like, hey, where are you? I texted her phone, and I got this text back from her mother saying that she took her own life at the previous night. That made me, that broke me. So it did, and I couldn't show it to anyone because they'd be worried about me. So this is the first I'm coming out about it. Not even my girlfriend knows about it, which I'm not proud of. But yeah, I just felt like I was absolutely no help to her. None. And it hurts. I should probably start wrapping up this video because it's going on 14 minutes and I don't think you guys are really enjoying it. Well, it wasn't meant to be fun, but I think you guys are starting to be bored now with my ugly mug and my tiny ass bitching. So if you're in Australia, I couldn't find kids helpline numbers for any other country, which is stupid. So I've only got the Australian one, which is kids helpline. It's 24-hour service. It's free, I'm pretty sure, and the number is 1-800. So that's 1-800-55-1800. So if you ever having bad thoughts, bad things going through your mind, maybe you should call that number, because apparently they're meant to help a lot. And I'm sure if you make it through the night, your family will be pretty rapt at that. Okay, so to all whom are watching this video, I love you because you watch my videos and because you're probably great people. I'd like to know you all so I'd have more friends. So yeah, have a great time until my next video.